Hello children, a very good morning to all of you once again, and we are going to start our last chapter for your quarterly portion, that is the United Nations. Okay, now the UNO, it is an international organization and it was established to prevent war and maintain world peace. This was the main motto, and it also wanted to secure the political, social and economical conditions under which this could be achieved. Okay, now there are certain obviously the first two wars that were fought, the first world war and the second world war, so many disasters were seen, and due to these disasters the international leaders of every country were fed up of this war, and they wanted that now in future there should never be a third world war, because if there is a third world war, it will destroy the peace of the world. What? It will destroy the earth only. There will be no place left for mankind to survive. That is the reason why all the leaders got together and they thought of establishing the United Nations organizations, okay, which in USA took the main initiatives. Okay, its headquarters were established in New York, and the official languages that were used were Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, Spanish. Means this is all those languages which were the main at that time, and the working languages were English and French, because France and Britain were the main countries. Okay, at that time 193 became the members of the UN. The leaders are the Secretary General. Okay, and it was established on the 26th of June 1945, and original members are actually 51, and 24th of October 1945 every year is celebrated as the United Nations Day. Okay, so these are some of the highlights that we have. Okay, at present Antonio Guterres, he is the UNO Secretary General. Before him was Ban Ki-moon, used to be the. Okay, so these are some of the highlighted topics of the United Nations. So children, whenever anything is set up, there always has to be a reason, because without a reason, human beings do nothing. It is a very common human tendency. Okay, so also for the setting up of the United Nations organization also, there had been certain circumstances which led to the establishment of this great organizations. Now what were the circumstances was? First of all, in the 20th century saw two world wars. Okay, and both these wars brought in their wake deaths and destructions, famine, hunger, disease, poverty and grief to millions of peoples of the world. So many people were suffering because of these great wars. The league formed after World War I, it rendered valuable services during the first 10 years, but later on it failed because all the economical and the army pressure was on these two countries, Britain and France, so they also became silent. Okay, finally it failed to deal with the acts of aggression in the 1930s, and which led to the breaking out of the Second World War. So these were some of the main conditions. Okay, then thirdly, the wars aroused suspicion and encouraged armed race, a threat which was a threat to world peace. And also the world leaders wanted to build a durable structure of peace and security in the world. This led to the establishment of the UNO. Okay, so these were some of the highlighted points which led to the establishment of the UNO. Okay children, now we will throw some of the light on the UNO, how it was formed, how it was established, etc. Okay, so children, the name United Nations, actually it is coined by the United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He first used it in the Declaration of the United States on the 1st of January 1942. So during the Second World War, when representatives of 26 nations pledged their governments to continue fighting together against the Axis powers, that is Germany, Italy and Japan. In 1945, representatives of 50 countries met in San Francisco at the United Nations Conference of International Organizations to draw up the United Nations Charter. Now, those delegates deliberated on the basis of proposals worked out by the representatives of China, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States at Dumbarton Oaks, that is in United States, in August and October 1944. That means there was a chain of meetings which were held before the UNO was formed. Same way, the charter was signed on the 26th of June 1945 by the representative of almost 50 countries. Poland, which was not represented at the conference, signed it later and became one of the original 51st member. And now total 51 original members are there. Then the United Nations officially came into existence on the 24th of October 1945. That is why this day is celebrated as the United Nations Day. When the charter had been ratified by China, France and Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, the United States and by a majority of other signatories, United Nations Day is celebrated on 24th October each year. Okay, because on this day this charter was ratified, means it was accepted by all the member countries. So the UN headquarters, they were set up in USA, New York, because USA was the most powerful country at that time and it wanted to be the boss. Okay, so it had the UN headquarters set up in its country only. The members of the UN had gone up to 192 at present. Okay, and South Sudan, which has recently joined, it is the 193rd country of the UNO. Okay, now when we talk about the memberships, how the memberships are given. Okay, so the membership is open to all peace-loving states which accept the obligation contained in the UN Charter. Admissions of new members, suspension and expulsion of members is made by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council. There are two organizations, General Assembly, which looks to all the working of the UNO, and the Security Council. This is a special organization where even the General Assembly has to take little clarifications from them. And the five big bosses sit in this, that is France, Russia, USA, China and Germany. Okay, these five countries sit over there, which are the permanent members. So the flag is blue, light blue in color and portrayed in white. In its center is the UN emblem, a polar map of the world embraced by twin olive branches. That is a symbol of peace. The UN is financed by the contributions. Contribution means the fees that is paid by the members, made by the member states to the expenses of the budget and to the working capital funds. It is determined by the General Assembly each year on the recommendation of its committee on the contributions. Means how much contribution is coming, what is the budget, how much money the UN is having, and accordingly they sit, discuss and make the budget to which countries are to be held by them, where aid has to be given. For example, polio has been rectified from the world. It is a work of the UNO. Okay, these types of works be done. Most of the works are done in the poor countries like African countries, some of the Asian countries which are poor. Here the works are done by the UNO. Okay. So children, we are going to discuss about the objectives of the United Nations. What are the objectives on which the United Nations are going to work upon? So the main objectives of the United Nations as per the charter, as per the preamble of the UN Charter, they are as follows. Number one is to save succeeding generations from the surge of war. That means the future generations should not have any kind of war which will destroy them, will destroy the people, take lives. Okay, secondly, to develop faith in fundamental human rights and in the dignity of worth of human beings. That means the fundamental rights which every human has as from his birth, it helps to secure that no country's government can this curve its this thing. Like for example, in Saddam Hussein, okay, in Iraq, all these were like dictators, and the UN went and saved these people over there. They fought against those governments, arrested those governments, tried them in the courts. Okay, so this is what the work is done by the United Nations. Okay. Thirdly is to develop conditions under which justice and respect for international law and treaties can be maintained. That means if two countries are fighting, their mediation is done by the UN so that they may not fight, and their boundaries should be secured according to the documents that they provide or according to the treaties that have been made in the future by the future leaders. Okay. Fourthly is to promote social progress and better standards of life and more freedom. That means every human being has got freedom to live a good life. Maybe that country is poor, it cannot provide. So all the financial aids, all the necessities, medical aids, etc. are provided in that country to those people, to those areas, to those villages by the United Nations organizations. Okay. Also, disarm, decolonize, and develop are the other objectives of the UN. To disarm means to reduce the arms and ammunitions. To decolonize means if any countries have captured any area of another country, they have to leave. Means decolonization that you call. Like India was a colony of the British. Okay, so after the UN set up, the British had to leave all these colonies and go back because that was the international charter. That is why most of the countries got independence after 1945. After the thing, we got it in 1947, obviously. Okay, so these are some of the objectives which the UN follows, right?